Hi everybody, this is Miyuki, and for Let's Play the Erdrick Trilogy, Dragon Warrior 3. How's it? So today, we're going to be finishing the Garuna Tower. And I know it's been a couple of days since I last posted something, but, you know, there have been some issues of late. 448 gold, and gold's actually not going to be a problem from here on out. In fact, once we're done here, we're going to go back to Alahan and do some things. You're going to find out exactly how much of a problem gold isn't. And for some really bizarre reason, my emulator's been really choppy the last couple of days. But anyway, yeah, while I've been out recovering from surgery, I've been taking care of some things and trying to get myself all squared away. And in this room we have absolutely nothing. And in the last couple of days I've been taking care of some things, and I tried recording yesterday. 5 takes on this episode. Not once did the sound record onto Windows Movie Maker. I have no idea why. But, you know, seeing as you're watching this, this is this sounds better. Now, these are actually a couple new enemies, the Garuda and Sting Moth. I really don't know anything too spectacular about the Sting Moth. Even in the previous several takes, there really wasn't anything too much to worry about. The Garuda can cast Firebane, and the Firebane spell, when used against us at this point in time, really doesn't hit all that hard, maybe 10 to 30 damage. So we want Miyuki to take out the Sting Moth, and Konata, Kagami, and Tsukasa to take out the Metal Slime. We want the experience. Alright. Anytime the Metal Slime deals damage to us, it's a really good thing. Because that means the Metal Slime's sticking around. Yeah, go fucking figure. And here we have a silver tiara. Now we actually do want to equip that on Miyuki simply because of the whole thing, you know, defensively go from front to back and offensively go from back to front. That is, now if we find some new better weapons and armor. And in here we have absolutely nothing. You know, money really isn't much of a problem. Now for this next part, you actually want to come to the middle of this rope. If you do this on either side of this tight rope, you're gonna fall down and like this, and you're gonna and you're not gonna end up here. So you're gonna have to do the entire dungeon again. So make sure you go to the middle of the that tight rope. And for this next part, we actually want to take this pitfall, not the blue one. The black one. The reason we want to do that is because if you take the blue one, you're going to fall right out of the dungeon. This black one will take us to a room filled with absolutely nothing. And a few great beaks. Okay, let us have a turn so we can kick your ass. Who's hungry? So then we come up these stairs, or go down these stairs, and get this treasure chest. It is the Zen book. Now this is actually what we came here for, however, we're never going to use it. Why? Because we already have our sage. And over here, I think you get the point. Now, for this next part, I want to make one thing very clear. You want to make sure that you get this treasure chest, or you're going to have to do this entire dungeon again. Why? Because if you accidentally fall down and then go back up these stairs, you know, which is where you land here, yeah, there's no way to get that treasure chest. So make sure you get it before falling into that pitfall. And up these stairs. Yeah. I don't need to say it again. You know, all these rooms that lead you to nowhere make this dungeon rather confusing. In fact, there's absolutely no inclination as to what you're supposed to do. Nobody tells you, go drop down the tightrope. So, return back to Allahan. Come up here. Now the first thing we want to do is talk to Mom. We need some rest. Well, we don't absolutely need it. It's just, you know, free in. It's here. Take care now. Yeah. Now the second thing we want to do is come over here to the weapons and armor shop and sell our excess equipment. Sell the spiny whip. Yes. Sell the iron mask. Yes. Let's see. Sell the... oh, you know what? I actually did things backwards. There is one more thing I want to do before selling. So we're gonna come back here later. Though not too far in the distant future. I actually wanted to come here and talk to King Metal Douchebag. Now, I understand that this first treasure is something I've been looking for, the spiny whip, but you know, I've actually lost track of trying to get these tiny metals, and you know, really, I'm gonna continue losing track, collecting all these tiny metals. There's really no point in doing that. I mean, other than a bit of a moneymaker, except that boomerang. I mean, I might go out of my way for the boomerang, but you know, no, you know what? I wanted to sell that. Yes. 14,827. Any other clutter I want to sell? Now, the reason I'm not going to be selling this wooden boomerang is because there might be situations in which I need excessive area of effect damage. But if there's only one of them, so I may not get another. No, I don't want to. Now, there's actually one thing about Ruita's Tavern that I never covered. Well, I'm gonna cover it now. If we come back up here and talk to this guy, the Gold Bank of Loving Trust, you can actually deposit your money here, and as you can see, I've been here before. This is why money isn't such a big issue. I want to save. I will be putting in... Now, they only take deposits in increments of 1,000, but if you die, for whatever reason, I don't anticipate it, but if you do, all the money that you have on hand is cut in half. However, the money you have in the bank, and by the way, we're going back to Baharata, the money you have in the bank is completely untouched. So during your grinding, if you see something that you really, really want, and you have the money for it, but on your way back to town, you know, for whatever reason you run out of magic or you forget to use your turn, you die. Well, your money's cut in half. So then you go back to Allahan, withdraw some money, then go back to that town and pick out what you need. So, you know, if you have 1,000 gold just laying around, you know, you're not doing anything with it, and, you know, you're as equipped as you're gonna get, go back to Allahan and deposit. Now, hopefully the sound records in this episode, because I really don't want to take another take on this. And by the way, we're actually heading to this cave right here. This is where we want to be. And by the way, that's a magic door. Now, in this cave, we're actually going to put X-ray to some use. Basically what it does is tells you if there's a treasure in here. The treasure chest glows blue. Okay, that tells me that this is actually a treasure. And the reason you want to do this on all treasure chests here is because half of them glow red. That tells me that this treasure box right here is a mimic or a canna box. Okay, so we want to do that for every single treasure chest. Glows blue, okay. And we found a tiny metal. Okay, no. X-ray. Glows blue, good. about half of the treasure boxes in here are Arcana boxes. Now here's a couple of new enemies: Executioner and Shadowers. Shadowers actually have a couple of forms. They really don't change forms. I know we've seen them a couple of times and haven't gone over them, but you know, the forms of Shadowers vary depending on how lucky you get. We actually got really lucky and got the rather weak form. However, if they have a ton of hit points, you know, a couple of attacks won't kill them. They can hit really hard. Okay, so they are actually something that that you wanna be aware of. And in here we have a Arcana box, and I'll go ahead and explain the Executioner next time, because you know I'm kind of running out of time. On that, I will see you all on the other side. Hasta lasagna.